Yo, what is going on, Cover One crew? Welcome back to the show. Hope everybody is good. Continuing down this path of scouting reports, talking Omarion Hampton, running back, UNC. We know how deep this running back class is, and I mean, you can legitimately suggest, and a lot of people need to understand, pump the brakes on the Genty hype. We understand he's good, but it's a lot closer than a lot of people want to suggest, including with guys like Omarion Hampton, Trevion Henderson, Caleb Johnson. These guys are all quality running backs that will showcase it in the NFL. But today we're talking pros, cons, and a grade score on one of my dudes, Omarion Hampton, UNC. So the issue I have with this running back class isn't a Bijan Robinson in this class. People want to anoint Ashton Genty as the next Bijan, the next LaDainian Tomlinson, Barry Sanders. Pump the brakes, man. He is a good quality running back, but it's a lot closer, like I'm saying, than a lot of people want to suggest in the pure skill set talents that each one of these running backs do possess. Yes, okay, you're being blinded by 2,600 rushing yards. You're being blinded by second in Heisman voting in a Genty. I get it, man. Everybody's got a body frame. Come on, man. He didn't even run the 40. Let's be real about all of it right now. But we're talking about Omarion Hampton, okay? And I'm not a Genty hater. Let's just be clear about that. But let's talk measurables on a Omarion Hampton, 6'2", 22 years of age, 38 contests, 622 in attempts, 35-65 in yards, 5.7 on the average, a nice 36 TDs. He adds 73 receptions for 635 and 4 receiving touchdowns in his collegiate career. Played with guys like a Drake May as well. And I'm telling y'all, when you look at a running back like an Omarion Hampton, it's so difficult to not get excited. He is, and I spoke this with many of my buddies, we're talking about his tape and everything, and we said, he is probably the safest out of the running backs in this class based on the film, based on his stature, based on what he's capable of doing. And I absolutely love his game, man. But for some pros, let's dive in. It's a heaping of them. Great size and frame, 6'2", 220. You're talking prototypical running back that you're looking for, can absolutely take the punishment, has the speed, has the ability to be that, 3-down back in the NFL. Omarion Hampton is definitely one of these dudes. Speed, power combo definitely follows this man with some sound fluidity in his running ability. You will see this, and it's not a knock on any other running back. We're talking about Hampton. I could go for days on who's better in this class, and I know it's a lot of personal preference to a lot of these scouts as well. Omarion Hampton, he does possess that speed-power combo. He can make it through the line and, bounce off would-be tacklers like it's nothing. He's got a good level of speed. We'll talk about what the issue is in the cons on the wheels, but sound fluidity in this man. Some of the scouts I've seen have suggested, hip tightness. Don't see it, man. He is very fluid in what he does. Is he more one cut than he is juke and shake? Sure, that's the case as well, just like it is for a Genty, but sound fluidity in this man's game definitely is here. First step burst is definitely here for an Omarion Hampton. You talk accelerators, it's 1-2 step, then it's acceleration. When you talk about shot out of a cannon, first step burst, Omarion Hampton definitely has this. He has very light feet, where you see some running backs who are big men. Greatest example you could say is somebody like a Ramondre Stevenson. Very big man, light feet. You talk about guys like Javonte Williams, he has got a little bit heavier feet. These are the types of situations that you look for in your running backs. Light feet with great running fluidity. Sign me up all day long, especially when the burst is there. Speed is solid. Ran the nice 4.46. It is showcasing on his film as well, especially when he breaks the line. He can make it to the outside. Definitely no worse for wear. 4.6 wheels definitely test out on film, and you see it game to game as he is running the football. Hits the holes with confidence. So good in this respect. Yes, okay, some of the holes were gigantic for an Omarion Hampton. You're going to fault the man for big holes? I'm not, because it's no different than me suggesting, competition level of play isn't vast for a Genty. Fine, okay, he had big holes to run through. We get it. He hits the holes with confidence, and he doesn't look back when he sees them. He's in them, he goes, and he's gonzo. That's what an Omarion Hampton definitely does. Fantastic stop and cut moves. It's not your juke and shake, but the good one-cut running ability, even in the open field. When a would-be tackler is ready to line him up, he can stop, turn, and go on the outside. Definitely good on the cut moves. Definitely not juke and shake. I will say this already, even though we're in the pros, but he does have very sound stop and cut moves to evade any would-be tacklers coming in his direction. Lateral agility is very good in this man. He can make people miss. Yes, he's got an unbelievable stiff arm that I do have listed down here as well, but you see the lateral agility movements that he does possess, almost bouncing like I'm here and now I'm there. Like that type of good cut moves, definitely great on the lateral agility for me. He gets the edge with ease as well. Is he ever going to be your, true speedy running back like a Jahmyr Gibbs? No, that's not his game. But the fact that he is 6'2", 220, can get to the edge, can get off tackle, sign me up all day long, does this with ease. Vision is supremely strong in Omarion Hampton. Yes, there are some hiccups from time to time, but overall, when you're grading it, you're talking about high-end percentiles on the vision. Sound stutter set, patient moves. He waits, man. You do see this quite a bit. Even when his hole is not necessarily lined up for him, he will pause, he will give that little stutter step, and then he will find the hole necessary for him to make extra yardage. Very good in the patience and vision at his size. This is what you're looking for. He's an easy guy to spot in the backfield because he is over 6 feet. But the fact that he does have that stutter step, it's not Le'Veon Bell. Le'Veon was the key at the patient running. But he's definitely on point with the fact that you can say vision, patience, very, very strong. Good slip tackle, break tackle, stiff arm. He's got it all, man. When you're talking about Genty, where he initiates contact and blows up would-be tacklers, you're talking about Hampton, where he's got the slip tackle and break tackle, where he's kind of bouncing off guys. He can absorb the contact, but he's no worse for wear, and then he keeps going. Very good in that sense, man. Strong running ability, bouncing off tackles, body balance, very good. In an Omarion Hampton, the break tackle, the stiff arm is so good. You even see this how many times when he's going off tackle, he pushes out that stiff arm after he does some lateral agility movements. I mean, he's got the full meal deal when you're looking for a 3-down running back. Hands are excellent. Natural hand catcher. He reminds me a lot of an Arian Foster. He may not have the elite wheels that Foster had to make home runs on the regular, but it's a very similar like running back in an Arian Foster. Might be a little bold take. I absolutely see Foster, maybe Foster light when I watch his film, but his hands are so good, can be so good in the pass game, open field, screen plays, drags, whatever you need him to do. He's definitely going to aid in the pass game, not only running the football, but for some cons, the big one, okay, he ran 4.46, but the long speed and the home run wheels definitely in question. He's a big-time chunk yard runner, can make it down the field quite easily, especially when he finds the gap in the hole in the lane to make, big-time chunk yards down the field. You will see him run out of gas. This is very peculiar. For a guy that can run like he does, I mean, he'll get down the field 50 yards, and then subsequently he'll get caught. We have seen him make home run plays, but, I mean, it's with an open field. You got to understand, man, if you're able to at least make, big 40-yard runs down the field, fine. But, I mean, you want to see the guy that can also make the home run plays happen. He has done it, but his definitely long speed is in question for me. He doesn't have the elite level long speed like somebody like Genty does, and that is why a lot of people are saying Genty over Hampton. But, I mean, it's just one trait, in my opinion, that Genty has over an Omarion Hampton at this point. Cutback lane awareness definitely needs some refinement. You will see him, he'll stick to his hole. Something like a Trevion Henderson needs a little bit more tutelage, a little bit more refinement. Trust your ability to find your cutback lanes. That is very important, especially when the holes do close up on good defense. Got to find the ways to find your cutback lanes and make plays out of nothing. Doesn't possess the true juke and shake. Another issue that I do have with this man. While he does make good open field cut moves, I mean, it's more than enough. It's the one-cut running style, and it does work for him. But, I mean, some players don't have that capability. You're not Shady McCoy. You're not Barry Sanders. Neither is Genty, and a lot of people are going to say, next coming of Barry Sanders. Not happening with either one of these guys. They don't juke and shake like those gentlemen do, but they do have good open field one-cut steps that can evade their tacklers, but definitely not a juke and shake truther at the running back spot. Benefited from good old line play? Sure. We'll put that in the same category as I put it, Ashton Genty playing weaker competition in the Mountain West. What do you want me to tell you, okay? Yes, did a competition. Should I have put competition here for a Omarion Hampton too? Sure, we could definitely put that in as he played at North Carolina, and it's not necessarily stout competition either. So we'll slip that in there even though it's not on my list. but it is part of the problem. But you got to be able, like I said about Genty's 2,600 yards in the Mountain West, you got to show that you can do it. The fact that Omarion Hampton was extremely solid these last 2 years, showcasing the fact that the year prior was not a fluke, and he is this guy. He definitely did benefit from good O-line play, very good open holes. But I'm telling y'all, he's able to do this on the regular. He is a fantastic running back, so I'm not going to fault him. It's more of a statement than a con on O-line play because he did showcase the fact that he can do it. Open field creativity does need work, but this also goes into the point of saying he's not an elite juke and shaker. So you're going to get what you get. He's going to try to, initiate contact as well when there is nothing left, try to fall forward and fight for another down. He will get to the edge and the outside, try to make plays and make a big-time run happen. But I'm telling you, open field creativity, you see even guys like Trevion Henderson's got more creativity in the open field where he's got those lean cuts to run past his defenders. Omarion Hampton, I wouldn't say, I'll even say probably like 7 out of 10. You'll see it happen where he's able to make a good cut, but it's not going to wow you in the open field that way, but he's still able to at least make the one cut and get around, but needs more creativity in his game. Want more consistency in the leg power on the goal line. 6 foot 220, you should be absolutely dominating individuals on the goal line. He does score off the inside the 5 pretty easily, but you do want to see when they do initiate contact on the goal line that you're able to at least put the leg in the ground and drive the entire pile into the end zone. Didn't really like that part of his game as well. Can definitely improve with some more reps in the weight room and some more tutelage on leverage ability. But for grading purposes, this running back class is so good. You're splitting hairs, like I said, with the top 3, at least in my opinion. I could still put a Judkins and a Caleb Johnson in this as well. 82.2% for an Omarion Hampton. I think he is, based on his intangibles, his measurables, he's able to be this guy that is a safe running back, 1 on the 3-down appeal, and it's very close. All 3 of these gentlemen, Genty, Henderson, and Hampton, have exceptional film grades, great ability for me, and it's off by a simple couple points for these guys, but it's because of what they do well, not versus each other, but what they do well on film. And all 3 of these gentlemen should be absolutely stellar prospects in the NFL. Longevity, I'm going to go Hampton. I'm going to go Trey. Then I'm going to go Genty. When it comes to longevity potential, when it comes to great skill, I can say Hampton and Genty, they are 1A and 1A. There you have it. That is UNC product running back Omarion Hampton. Could I call him my guy? I think I will. He is my guy, like a Trevion Henderson. Love these 2 running backs. They are so good at their craft, and they will showcase their talents for many years in the NFL. Omarion Hampton definitely is a special, special talent. But nevertheless, as always, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, jump in those comments, give me your thoughts. What do you think of Omarion Hampton, man? Do you think that he's going to be quality? You think he's a bust? Throw it in the comments. We can definitely talk it out. But we'll see you next time. I am out.